All right, this is the initial spoiler warning. I am someone who knows the story of Magical Girl Racing Project in its entirety, practically. So, anime onlys. This is something you definitely want to watch without any knowledge of what's going to happen. Please turn away now. I will be talking about things that do happen. So, enjoy it for yourself. I highly recommend you read the books. They're wonderful. Um, you at least got to see a cute lapis lazuli. So, again, spoiler warning. Proceed with caution. Alright, so we're back with more Magical Girl Raising Project Restart anime news. This time we have the full PV, the first one. Recently, on October 19th, there was an event called Carmina Boost. This revealed quite a lot of info for Magical Girl Raising Project, and I believe another Magical Girl series. But the one I'm focused on is, of course, this one. So I'm going to go ahead and react to this PV. I'm going to give my thoughts, and then we're just going to go over the information that was also revealed. Because I love Restart. It's for sure one of my favorite arcs. It's beautifully written and heart wrenching. So I hope the anime can mimic that, even if it'll hurt me all over again. So let's get started. Oh, we got voices. Okay, this is Pechka with the balloon. Alright. Maybe that's... Oh, yep, grabbing the balloon. Okay, Lapis, Detect Bell, Daisy, Meow Meow, Piffle, my girl, Shadow Gale. I can't read Japanese. Oh, Genopsycho, Melville. Oh my gosh, flashing too fast. Oh my gosh, Akane. Oh, I love Akane's voice. Okay. No tears here going off. Mass Wonder and Lapis going... Noko's so cute. Oh, the plaza with the fountain. Oh my goodness. I love this opening song. Okay, so that one kind of crazy. I should mention before I continue, I have read the entire series basically. So anything I say from here on out will be spoilers. Okay, if you're anime only, do not get yourself spoiled for this because it's truly great. I'm gonna go piece by piece here. Daisy looks great. There's like a slight alteration, I think, to her color palette, but it suits. I don't know, just a general vibe. That's Fall, not Fav. Fall. I love Fall. He's great. So I think they're calling at Meow Meow at Nyan Nyan. You know, like the Japanese sound a cat makes, which makes sense. I'm so used to the Yen Press translation that it's just ingrained into my brain that it's at Meow Meow. So that's probably what I'll refer to her as. Biffle's looking wonderful as usual, and of course, Shadow Gale being stressed is the norm. So that's good. Melville is interesting. She looks more impish than I would have expected, at least based on what her art was. I mean, it was just like a chibi art, right? in the book, but I kind of like what they're going for. This is Miyokata, right? Nonoko Miyokata. She's great. I thought these were horns, but they're actually like hair foops, which is interesting. Also, the earrings. See, the wonderful thing about having like an arc animated is all the little chibis and like little glimpses we get from the black and white arts, the CGs in the book. We actually get full designs that are like fully realized with character sheets. I'm sure Maruino, the artist for the series, has those locked in whatever safe they have, but it's so cool to see them in like full color. And then I mean, they did Mass Wonder pretty great. I think the manga, or like the old manga for Restart, had her with like glass over the eyes. I'm not sure if that was actually in the the actual book itself. That might have just been a stylistic choice. And also, we get Akane for like the only voice in the trailer, which is kind of crazy choice. Akane, that's crazy. But that deep, oh, oh, it's so smooth, dude. I gotta see the eye. I gotta see the eye. Look at that. You can just see the brokenness in there. She sounds more like composed than one would think based on what the book portrayed her as, right? Not that I'm complaining, because that voice is so smooth. I love it. It's so deep. Okay. The Daisy beam. Ooh, horrendous. Not the animation. Horrendous for Daisy. For Daisy. Let me clarify. Okay. I'm trying to like picture. I know exactly where this is. This is right before a certain bad event. Oh dear. Um, this might be in the castle. That's all I could think of. Like in the final castle. Did they call it a king's castle? I haven't read Restart in a really long time. Really long time being about half a year. I actually got into Magical Girl Racing Project pretty recently and blasted through the series. So this is pretty wonderfully timed for me. But cool to see Shadow Kale doing flips and tricks with her shears as expected. Gino Psycho. Oh, she has a little cat on her like collarbone. I didn't know that. I mean, I guess it matches her helmet. That's good. This is in the village. Okay. Um. I can't quite tell when this is. Okay, but she has her helmet. Ooh, interesting shape for Clantail's face. You know, this is pretty interesting, right? Because Miyokata is Nonoko is I'm pretty sure the oldest out of these three, so she does look the most mature even in her magical girl form, which is pretty great. Vianetta is taller than I've, unless like Clantail is and they're all sitting down or something, and like Pechka's feeding them. But Vianetta, I always saw her as like super tiny. But yeah, I like Clantail's face because you can tell that she's younger than what her initial impression is, but she still has that like deep-seated maturity too, which is really cool. I like that interpretation. Also, we got a pattern on her neck, which I didn't know was there. Her halo might be off-screen, I suppose. Is Vianetta turning around here? Yeah, look at her eyes. They did Vianetta great. I think they did like this trio of faces is great. Like you kind of have that off color for Vianetta for like because she's a doll, and then you know the young maturity, and then this like that's just Miyokata in a nutshell. This is probably when they first meet Pechka and they're like, "Get away from us!" and Pechka is crying inside. I think this is probably where this is. Piffle is so small. I mean, she's in her wheelchair, but you know, it's so funny. That means Shadow Gale is almost as tall as Mass Wonder. That's crazy. Wow. I mean, it was obvious he was taller than Piffle, even when Piffle was standing, but I didn't even like process it like that. Also, I like how they have the maid pose for her because she's the servant. Very nice. Mass Wonder is great. I wonder if they're gonna have her so-called phantom like cattail as well. Piffle looks so smug. Who is she lecturing right now? Who is she trying to outwit right now? I wonder. Okay, so that's one of Lapis's gems, Lapis Lazuli. So she's gonna teleport. Is this when she does the pose? Yeah, she's spawning in. Yeah, look at her. Oh, I love her so much. And we see her like leopard tail in full force. Something interesting about Magical Girl Racing project designs. There's always something. Um, how do I say? Animalistic about them, and it could just be a random thing, right? Like Piffle has a bird theme. She has bird decorations, for example. Lapis just has a tail, no ears, no animal ears, but she just has a tail. And there are like a lot of magical girls like that, and I'm sure it's related to their themes and such. But anyway, this no, she's the goat. She's wonderful in every sense, and she's voiced by Aoi Yuki. I mean, could there be any better combination? Okay, okay, all right, okay. So they did the thing, where the mouse is. If you've read Volume 4, she actually has like a training session with Dream Nemarine to minimize such things, and yet it's also mentioned in Restart that they still go wild anyway. So props to being faithful, I suppose. I don't think any of the original series had that, but to be fair, the book explicitly mentions that she's a buxom beauty, so I guess good job. D-Tech Bell. Oh, her face reminds me of someone. When I say that, I mean like in terms of the unmarked anime, the season 1 anime. I just don't know who. Maybe Ripple? Like just like the style of her face. It could be Ripple. Noko is so precious, dude. Look at her. Absolute bean. Deserved better in every sense. Okay, so this is cool. We actually see one of the environments in full force. I need to observe who's here to determine. Okay, so you got Clantail. Okay, so she does have her halo. Pechka. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What is this down here? I can't tell what that. Oh, wait, that's her tail. Oh my goodness. And that's Piffle's wheelchair wheel. Okay, so she does have her tail, and the two-tailed girls are with each other. Nice to see all the tails, I suppose. um, so Akane is missing, and Daisy is missing. So this is probably right when Fall is like, oh my goodness, I forget the exact context, but this is right before the fight when everyone fights Akane, right? And things just go crazy, which means you're about to be doomed. And yeah. Anyway, this is really cool to see like the buildings and how they interpreted the rundown village and the very, very, very important fountain. So awesome. Nice to see the whole lineup here. And we actually just see more like behind views of everyone, which is cool. All right, real quick, quick interjection here. This is not before the Akane battle. I did a little goof. This is when Fall is about to reveal to them the special item, the perk. I believe it was a coin that Piffle will soon dash away at Mach speed to go grab first. And also, speaking of Piffle, this is the first time I'm pretty sure we see the back of her wheelchair, and the handles are like behind the throne part of it, which is kind of funny. I never even like considered her wheelchair having handles in the back, but the fact that it does is pretty great. So I just imagine Shadow Gale pushing Piffle from behind and then like peeking her head over the throne. It's just a cute dynamic. Anyway, yeah, let's get back to the ramble. Oh, well, hey, What did I just say, right? This is the fight with Akane with the building collapsing. We actually see a bit more of her design, though. That's cool. Um, cool. Yeah, she got that grudge. Uh huh. So, is she chasing. Goodness me, I forget. Oh my gosh, they gave her Turner Mouse. They gave her the little, like, mouse hamster tooth. That's awesome. Okay, so this has to be early on. I just want to say, though, Turner Mouse, look at her. Super cute. I do hope they do the side stories, right? Because Turner Mouse was kind of like just a obstacle character, like a force that couldn't be defeated unless under certain circumstances. Uh, those they people know what those circumstances are. Um, so I do hope that they give the side stories some screen time, and I know they did do that in the unmarked anime. So if you consider all the side stories that have released since then, this could be 24 episodes. I sincerely hope it is. At least 16, right? Make it more than 12. Because it is like something that deserves every full force of character development and context. I really do think that. Especially if it's going to build up to hopefully more anime seasons in the future, right? So, genuinely, I do hope. Sure, Mouse with Petchka's brother, that side story is really cute. So I do hope that they include that as well. Just so Cherna Mouse has a little something more to her. Um, it just would be really nice to see. Just them discussing. Maybe this is when they meet Masked Wonder for the first time? That could be it. Does Shadow Gale have a tail? Does he also have a tail? Did I just never notice in all the time I've read Magical Girl Raising Project? Really? What type of tail is that? Like a skunk or a ferret or something? I gotta see. More Shadow Gale. Is this maybe when the giant mech collapses? And then Petchka with her huge chicken tail. I love her chicken elements. Chicken girls are great. Bird girls are great in general. I love how they sell her more confident because she is far from it at the beginning of the series. You see these books? Go read them. Go read them now. You'll enjoy the anime perhaps even more if you read them. Or less. I'm gonna enjoy it more. Even if there's less in the anime, I'm still gonna enjoy it. Because it's cool to see characters you like move. What can I say? Alright, we're gonna jump cut to more info. So, woo. Okay. The more info is here. I did some vague research and found this. This is, in fact, the... How do I say? I actually have it here. This is the promo art done by Marorino for the series. So you've got beautiful, honestly, perhaps like the first full, true, like serene art we've gotten of Petchka. So wonderful art, of course, with her ability to make food. She's got the cupcake there. That's pretty nice. And then just her chicken tail and skirt fluttering. So really, really super pretty stuff. So wonderful job on that. But let's go back to the info. This website has screenshots of what I just went over. Lapis the goat. Let me go ahead and translate it because I believe there are some staff comments. Oh yes, so we've actually got some 4 character sheets, which I'm so grateful for. Again, right? It's so the character designs for Magical Girl Raising Project can be pretty vague sometimes, depending on the popularity or relevance of the character. And I even say popularity within like in-house too, with the artist and the author. So it's cool that anime gets us all of this. So I'm gonna go and just let's take a peek. Pechka is, well, Pechka. She's standard. I do like the chicken feathers, and like the oh my goodness, what do you call that? Guzzard, right? Is it a guzzard that has like the neck thing? Well, it's a necktie now. You got the stockings and the puffy boots or socks or however you want to say. It's a mix of like a chicken and like sweets and like a chef. So really cool, and I like the feathers around the hem and the big bushy chicken tail. I think a few breeds of Japanese chickens have that tail. So this certainly suits Pechka pretty well, doesn't it? Super cute. I love the full realization of her design. Next up, my girl Piffle. We actually get a standing version of her without her wheelchair, which is great because we see all the full details of her dress, and also her hair with all the little bows in it. I forgot that she had two birds on the lower part of her dress as well, so that's pretty neat. And then of course you have the bird eye patch, which is reminiscent of her grandfather. Piffle was actually one of the magical girls who designed her own appearance, as well as her wheelchair. I know the girls in Unmarked designed their own appearance. Piffle is another confirmed one to have designed her own appearance. I'm sure other magical girls have done so with like the help of Styler Mimi and other similarly powered girls. But it is cool to know that Piffle's own design that she designed herself is now fully realized. Pretty great. Next up is her servant Shadow Gale. And look at that. Yeah, it really is a tail. Maybe it's like a bird tail, like a crow or quail or something. That would make sense to go with the bird theme, right? Like the light bird, the dark bird, even though she's more light and she's more dark. But of course, it's a combination of that with like the nurse outfit. Oh look, yeah, look, there's a bird here too. I never noticed that. So it is a bird tail. These two really are doomed Yuri, huh? But yeah, it's really cool to see this fully realized too. I like how she has like the ribbons to match Piffle, just in a different context. So Shadow Gale was always enjoyable from what I read. So glad to see more of her. And then the goat, Lapis Lazuli. Look how cute she looks here. With the arm sleeves and her cute little blouse and the stockings and all of that. It is pretty neat how her, how do I say, the pattern on the hem of her dress are like teardrops slash gems. I think that's pretty reminiscent of who she is and what she causes and things and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna just fully delve into character design in this discussion because if I kept talking, I would get off track. But it's really cool that they gave us a preview. I hope that when the anime is done releasing, they publicly release the rest of the character designs, because that would be pretty great. Nothing with like a big old sample stamped on top or can only be taken from like outside of a certain glass wall. And just having the digital, excuse me, full versions of the character references are pretty neat. So I appreciate that. Also, I forgot to say, this art of Pechka, apparently there was an acrylic stamp that was handed out to Carmina Boost attendees, and they got to take it home and everything. Am I jealous? Yes. Do I have a way to get it? Probably not. So I'll just suffer in silence, I suppose. They also have comments. So let's read. They're from the voice actors. So let's see. I was looking forward to the Magical Girl Raising Plan every week. I am happy as a dream to be able to participate as Pechka-chan in such a favorite world of Mahu Iku. As a life-size girl, as a magical girl, Pechka-chan lives with various conflicts, like the delicious dishes made by Pechka-chan. I'll do my best to play Pechka-chan, who will remain in everyone's heart. So thank you. Truly, she does remain in everyone's hearts. Alright, so now we have Aino Nanjo, and this was Hohana Inoue. I do hope I'm pronouncing everyone correctly. I was happy to be able to perform the Piffle that I performed in the reading play last time, in the anime this time. And I was also excited to be able to interact with Shadowgale. All the characters are cute and charming magical girls, but please look forward to the gap that gets caught up in the fierce story every episode. So yeah, there was a voice drama with Piffle and Shadowgale as protagonists, which I have no hope of understanding, I believe, because it is in Japanese. Nor do I have a way to access it, so that's fun. And same thing with Cranberry's origin story, with like 4 new magical girls who are probably really important to, her character. So I think the Cranberry one is Unripe Duet. Is it double shadow for the Piffle and Shadowgale one? It might be. Either way, boy, do I hope I can somehow process those someday. There's even one with Nemarine, Magical Girls in Dreamland or something like that, where she has a few Joker characters. My bad. Characters from the book Jokers in the series, in her dreams. Snow White is included, I believe. Anyway, next we have Shadowgale. When I was just starting to work as a voice actor, I was watching the anime of the previous work, so about 10 years have passed since then, and I am very honored to be able to appear in a new anime. Shadowgale is a very ordinary girl who seems to be a little far from the image of a magical girl, but her dedicated figure that supports hard while being swayed by Piffle is very attractive. I hope you will watch over how she will go around the anime world until the end. Very insightful comment, I will say, so thank you on that. This was Reina Kondo. And lastly is Yuki Heki. You mean Aoi Yuki? I hope these are accurate translations. Well, I have another website for that, I suppose. Anyway, Aoi Yuki, what do you got to say? Lapis Lazuli was once performed in a reading play. Since it is a character played by many people in the reading play, I thought that I had to perform responsibly and carefully. At that time, her story was full of hope and smiles that everyone who yearns for the so-called magical girl wants. But what will happen if she is involved in the main story? How will bright expressions and straight behavior affect the magical girls? Please look forward to it. Okay, and I think that's another audio drama. Something about the blue magical girls descend today. It was Lapis Lazuli and another blue magical girl from the series, but for the life of me, I cannot remember which specific one. I'm assuming Twin Dragons Pawnus, or my bad, Super Dragons Pawnus at this point is related. At least going by the side story. But yeah, wonderful comments from these voice actors. I have faith that they will portray them well. We've only really gotten a little bit of Pechka and a fair bit, trailer-wise at least, of Akane of all people. So that's pretty great. Next we have Asari Endo's comment, I believe. Yep, the author of the series. When I heard the news of the decision to make it into an anime, I doubted that it was a dream, and I couldn't sleep at night with surprise and joy. But now I'm so happy in my dream that I am so happy. I guess just a little flub in the translation there, but I was also involved, but it is natural that I cannot know the whole picture by checking a little. So it is almost one viewer at the time of... Okay, so basically they're saying they're also going to be a viewer at the time of the broadcast, and that they're looking forward to it. And then what do we know? The character design. At the time of publication, it is said a sequel would be released, so I remember well that I increased the density of the character design without thinking about the future. Okay, so during the publication of Unmarked, it was decided that restart would be a thing, so you went crazy on the character design, is that what you're saying? I feel sorry for all the people involved in the drawing. I continue to send my heartfelt gratitude and respect every day. I am very much looking forward to the girls who move and run and laugh. Yeah, some of the magical girls in this series go crazy. Like Puck Puck is just frillier, shorter, pinker, Piffle. If you really design wise, there's key differences, of course. But yeah, Puck Puck, I fear even attempting to ask someone to draw Puck Puck. My goodness. Okay, so we have the ED song now. We knew about the OP. The ED is new. Cool. So, yeah, see Carmina boosts. So the song is called Remind, and Daisy Daisy is singing it. Funny, Daisy Daisy, Magical Daisy. Cool, cool. I believe, okay, so this is the vocalist, Mika. I'm very happy as a fan of the original Magical Girl Racing Project animation. Congratulations. I was touched and shaken by the strength of ephemerality of the heart that struggled even though I was looking for the hopes of the magical girls. I'm proud to sing the ending of such an important work. I also wrote the lyrics, and in each word I put their pain, wishes, and prayers for the future. I hope that this song at the end of the story will light up the hearts of everyone who loves Magical Girl Racing Project Restart and resonates with their stories. Very cool. I gotta say, Dreamcatcher, the ED for Unmarked, is like one of my favorite songs of all time. So, not that I'm putting Mika or Daisy Daisy under any pressure, but at least going by that opening, the musical track record of this series continues to remain great. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so these are everyone who participated. All right, so we got voice actresses. I'm sure. Okay, so this was. Oh wow, that's crazy. The ending theme song was already performed live. Man, people in Japan have it good, don't they? Is that a sorry endo, or is this the host of Carmina Boost Beyond the Limit? I wonder. Rep, and then yeah, we have all the voice actors which we went over last time, and here they are, as another list. I had another website open just in case, but 2026 needs to be here. Seeing how this is, it'll probably be the end of 2026, so I need about 365 days to pass, desperately, because this will heal me and then break me. But that's what the series does, right? I'm definitely looking forward to it. I said it in the last anime info video that I recorded, but I really should finish the series up. I have literally the last book to finish, and 2 videos to record about the series before I go into like side content. And then I wait in the void, hoping and just waiting that this comes out as fast as possible. I'll pray for Pechka, and may she make many delicious cupcakes. I'm definitely looking forward to restarting Magical Girl Racing Project Restart.